don't even know if anyone else is home right now, and I don't know the people who live in this house. So if they are home, it's gonna be quite awkward. Hi! Today I am here with my second ever original BookTube tag video. The reason why I'm excited about this particular tag is because instead of just like answering questions related to themed prompts, it's actually more like a game, because what you have to do is make your own royal kingdom using book characters. So there are 13 roles in your kingdom that you need to fill using characters from any book that you want. So without further ado, let's go into the roles that you're going to be filling in your royal kingdom and my own answers for my own royal kingdom that I have created. So the first role that you need to fill for your kingdom is the role of king or queen. You can choose to be the king or queen of your own kingdom and pick a king or queen to rule by your side, or you can just fill the roles using book characters instead. That's entirely up to you. I myself am going to be queen of my own kingdom, because who passes up a chance to be a queen? Like, no one. And I am going to be choosing Mr. Knightley from Emma to rule by my side in this kingdom. A few traits that would make Mr. Knightley my ideal choice for a co-ruler are firstly the fact that he is quite wise, particularly when it comes to handling leadership. He is the leader and like the head person in their particular parish in Emma, so he knows how to handle people and money and charity and looking after the people that he is in charge of. He doesn't shy away from giving advice when it is needed, but he is also respectful of the people who are his equals. He's willing to step back and be the supporter for me as the queen when that is what is required of him instead. The next role that you have to fill, of course, are princes and princesses. These are the people who are going to be taking over from you once you are no longer ruling this kingdom. So for my kingdom, I have chosen 3 princesses to take over the rule of the country after me: Belle, Hermione, and Eowyn from The Lord of the Rings. The reason why I've chosen these 3 is because I think that between the 3 of them, and also individually, they embody the 3 main traits that I would like to see in a leader of my country. That is bravery, compassion, and also intelligence. So I think that the 3 of them all embody these traits very well, and I think that that will be important when it comes to leading a large nation of people. Now, I've gone into further detail for this and named Hermione as my heir, so she is the one who is going to be taking over as queen, and the other 2 princesses will be taking over in other roles of the country as well, as you will see in a second. Next role that you have to fill for your kingdom is the role of royal advisor, aka the person that you want giving you advice as you rule your nation. This is a point where you can start to get a little bit more creative with your royal kingdom and maybe choose between whether or not you want a royal advisor who is giving you good advice or a corrupt royal advisor who is secretly working for the enemy. I myself have chosen a good royal advisor, and that is Mara Motsway from the No. 1 Ladies Detective Agency. The main trait that Mara Motsway has that I think would make her a good royal advisor as I rule my kingdom is her intelligence when it comes to people. She is very astute when it comes to the workings of people's minds and the reasons why people do things and their potential motives and aspirations and things like that. The next royal kingdom role is that of royal treasurer. So here you would like to choose someone who is perhaps good with money, who's going to handle the finances of your nation, because money is important when it comes to ruling a kingdom. And for this role, I myself have chosen Kvothe from the Name of the Wind series, because he spent most of his life without any money and having to handle financial situations that were extremely difficult, and I think that that means that he will be very good at being fiscally responsible and at handling potential debts and incomings and outcomings of money with responsibility. The next royal role for your royal kingdom is that of diplomat. This is the person that is going to be traveling to other countries when you yourself can't go, in order to communicate with other royal families and other governments from other countries, and just generally making sure that the things that you want to say to other countries are being said. And for that, I have chosen Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, because first of all, he's always traveling all over the place, and he seems to have the ability to just flash up in different areas that are miles and miles apart, basically in the space of about 3 minutes. And also, obviously, because he's quite wise, he's he's very well respected, and just in general I think that he'd be a good guy to have on your team. The next role that you need to fill in your royal kingdom is the role of librarian and or like chief philosopher. I can't remember the actual name for it, but the person who's handling the books and the libraries and the scholarliness. And of course for that I have chosen my own princess, Belle. I think that she would be right in her element if she was given a chance to just handle the library of a whole nation. The next royal role that you need to fill for your royal kingdom is that of the Jester, who is going to entertain you during those long days at royal court. For this, I myself have chosen the Wizard of Oz because he's pretty good at the entertainment thing. I think it would be pretty fun to watch if he could do that in a stress-free environment rather than one where he's pretending to be a giant wizard that can rule a city even though he's just an old man. The next role that you need to fill for your royal kingdom is that of the knight. Who is going to be fighting your battles for you? Who do you trust to be fighting to uphold the things that you value and find important in your particular kingdom? I have chosen 3 knights who are going to be upholding my values. Alana from the Alana the Lioness Quartet, because she's already a pretty fucking awesome knight. She's got like all the sword fighting and all the warrior skills, and she also has a very strong sense of good and evil and a strong sense of compassion. My second knight is Eowyn from the Lord of the Rings series for basically the same reasons. She's got this really compassionate healing side to her as well as being a seriously badass warrior woman. And my final knight is Inej from the Six of Crows duology, because she, again, awesome fighting skills and also a very strong sense of honor, and in particular in terms of looking after people who are less fortunate and who are being downtrodden, and I think that that is important too. Next up, you need to find your noble steed, because of course what is a knight without a noble steed? And my noble steeds will be Drogon and Viserion, I can't remember his name, and the other random dragon from the Song of Ice and Fire series, because who the hell doesn't want dragons in their nation? Like, so there's 3 dragons for my 3 knights, and they're all gonna just drag it around. The next role that you need to fill for your royal kingdom is that of sheriff, who's gonna be handling the more day-to-day kind of matters that happen in the actual towns of your particular nation. And for that, I have chosen Jane from Jane Eyre. The traits that she has that I think make her a good sheriff are her compassion, her intelligence, and in particular her passion when it comes to children and education, which I think is really important and also underlooked in fantasy kingdoms. Like, no one seems to care what happens to the kids. Next up, we need to choose some allies for our royal kingdom. These are people who are basically involved in the kingdoms around you that you have on your side. I have chosen Dimple from When Dimple Met Rishi, because she seems to be a pretty feisty, intelligent young lady, and I think it would be really cool to be allied with someone who is good at the tech stuff. I also have chosen Kaz from Six of Crows. Sounds a bit odd, but he's pretty smart and pretty good at like maneuvering and stuff like that, so I think I'd rather have him on my side than against me. And my final ally is Hagrid from Harry Potter. I don't really have a reason why I chose Hagrid, I just want Hagrid to have a place in my royal kingdom, and I think he deserves some, just deserves a good time, so maybe he can be king of a nation of spiders or whatever he wants, it's fine. Next up, we need to choose some enemies. I have only chosen 1 enemy for my royal kingdom, and that is Dumbledore. I don't know why, I just don't trust him, so I felt like maybe he's up to something shifty, and I just have decided that I don't like him. The final role that you get to fill for your royal kingdom is that of Privy Cleaner. Who do you hate? Who do you want to be just like cleaning up your shit and never living a good life? And for that, I have chosen Dorian Gray, because every single bad personality trait that you can think of, Dorian possesses. And so I want him to live a life of shittiness, just for at least for a while, and I think he deserves that. And that is it! So as you can see, my own kingdom was fairly stock standard fantasy kingdom. I want my kingdom to do well, so I've chosen people that I think will actually be good in the roles that they have chosen. If you want to shake it up a little bit, go for it. Maybe you want your co-ruler to be Sauron. Maybe you want Voldemort as your advisor. Maybe you want Lucius Malfoy as your ally. Feel free to get creative, and I'm so excited to see the answers that you do give. I hope that you like this tag, because I had a lot of fun. I'm pretty proud of my kingdom. I think that it has the potential to be quite innovative and sort of forward thinking in the fantasy realm. I'm gonna tag some people down below, but if you haven't been tagged and you want to do it, like, feel free to. It'd be awesome. I will see you in another video very shortly, I'm sure, and until then, as always, stay classic.
Sit there and count your little fingers. Unhappy little girl blue.